Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. I hope everyone is well. Dorado, Shirenzi, Glorious E, Ronan Conditional of Taro, Linda Sandoval, Diana. I mentioned Ron already. Okay, today's Tuesday. Oh my God, you guys, time is flying by. It's unbelievable. But anyway, try to enjoy. I'm trying to figure out what. Okay, let me do my little spiel first. If anyone would like a reading from me, please. The link to my website is below the video, psychicmedia.com, or feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. And don't forget, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Okay. I think the Harvard University report, I feel, is more important. And anything, and I feel logically and intuitively that there are certain things that happen and they have a psychological effect on all of us. And I feel some people, as we've noticed, lawyers, academia, reporters were the first one to cower and, be skittish. They won't attack Trump. They're still not attacking him. They're not doing their job yet. But intuitively, I feel Harvard University decided to stand up to Trump. Last night I was talking to somebody and I said that I felt that had a major psychological effect on the fight against Trump and all he represents. MIT joined and support Harvard. There is a university in California, one of the major ones. I don't remember the name right now, but if not the biggest university in California. Let me see if I can. I think I closed the page. I don't think I have it anymore. But there is a number of universities, major universities, that are joining the fight against Trump. And intuitively, I feel this is going to give strength to a lot of people that will help them make up their mind if they were unsure, on the fence, which way to go. There are going to be more universities joining Harvard, and more people will be inspired. People are being inspired already. There are people, those who graduated from Harvard, are very supportive of their actions. Among other schools, their alumni are very supportive as well. I feel the majority agree that people should stand up to Trump. Besides, intuitively I feel, besides the psychological effect that the people were already organizing and holding rallies, protesting against Trump's, criminal activities. Because intuitively I feel, you guys, when this is over, and there is no choice but to investigate a lot of the things that Trump is doing. So to me, I called one of my videos, this criminal regime that Trump is leading. Having Harvard taking a stand, or it's going to open the door for everyone to gather and attack Trump. and all his initiatives. Trump is not doing anything positive for this country. And this morning I was trying to figure out, I'm like, okay, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to figure out, he says that, he needs time for his approach. I know it's not true, but intuitively I said, well, let me see. Okay. To give him time with his tariffs, things are going to work. It's a lie. Trump knows what he's doing is not going to work. But it's too late now for him to cut back. So he's going to find wiggle rooms, ways to destroy his own, something he started himself. I mean, according to reports, that guy who was in prison that Trump decided to rehire again because he loves to be in the company of con artist. I don't remember his name right now, but you guys know who I am talking about. So now Trump realizes that this stuff is not going to work. And I told him last week she was going to eat his lunch this week. I'll get back to that in a minute. Trump, there's nothing good about the Trump presidency and everything he's doing. And people at Harvard, among other schools, a bunch of attorneys, that's what I'm seeing, okay? Putting their heads together, what they are going to do is distribute different, for example, some people are going to focus on, with, different types of litigation, how to go about suing Trump and his regime. Others are going to go about how to make the case to get some Republicans who are MAGAs now to prove to them Trump is taking you down in the wrong path. You're following the wrong leader. So they're going to develop a whole bunch of initiatives, and they're going to have different groups, it feels like to me, to go after Trump and to do it as fast as possible. Because if you notice, this week, since last week really, it's obvious to me. This morning I was by my fridge over there to my right, okay? I was going to get some water. And what I'm seeing is China. I mean, people say it as a joke, but I literally saw it. It's like China is playing chess, Trump is playing checker. She is sitting, in front of a board, of the chess board. I don't know how they call it. I don't know how to play chess. Unfortunately, I never learned. So he's moving his pieces, and he's winning. And people at those universities who are getting together right now as we speak and are communicating, they know. And a lot of the people around Xi were educated in this country. They understand America as well as we do. So they know how to guide him. There's no linkage between what we are doing here. The reason why I mentioned those people, a lot of them were educated here, is to let you know. They understand our culture. They understand what's going on here. Okay, so they're not stupid. But the people from Harvard, they look at the people around Trump, they see a bunch of idiots, a bunch of sycophants, a bunch of people who don't know what they are doing. And Trump is not going to change course because he's stupid. He's that stupid. He makes all the wrong moves. That's why I'm saying he's playing checkers. Because you would think, she has made a couple of moves this week. The precious mineral, he basically blocked that. this morning, I'm not sure if Boeing was supposed to deliver some airplanes to China. He blocked it, did not accepting deliveries, among a bunch of other things. He is beating Trump at every turn and sending us Americans a message as well. Get rid of him. And she's not the only one. But he's taking the lead. And on top of that, and I've been saying this for a very long time, that was the scariest thing to me. She's successfully moving us out of the world leadership for him to step in. He's traveling around Asia now, convincing people that, and the rest of the world, it's being reported that we are the bad guys. We're a bunch of bullies. And people are listening and beginning to side with him. That's not going to be good for our country. And that's what's worrying a lot of those people from those where they have those very smart people, those universities, MIT. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of that school in California. Let me see if one of you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure some of you, I just can't remember it right now. But yes, Harvard, okay, they realize that, and that's causing a lot of worries. It's a new initiative. They are looking for ways to do this very fast and stop Trump. They're not focusing on removing him, but basically put him in a box if he survives impeachment, because intuitively I feel that's being discussed seriously because, like I said yesterday, people in Congress, Republicans, they know that there is a possibility of violence in this country. They don't want that. And also the things that Trump is doing is not good for their constituents. I read this morning that more Republicans now have joined the MAGA crowd. From what I understand, it was at 32%. Okay, and now it's at 70% of Republicans joining MAGAs. Let's see how well, the tariff has not affected them yet, but I don't expect that number, however accurate that poll is. But that's what I feel. Harvard publicly decided they were going to stand up to Trump, expect more universities to join them, and expect them to go after Trump with gusto. Because they know Trump is wrong. And if you watch, as I'm saying this, I'm seeing O'Donnell last night. Unfortunately, I was brushing my teeth, and one of my caps came off while I was, I was water flossing. And I have a cap right back there, and it came off. But anyway, that was my major event last evening. One of my caps came off from the water, from the pressure of it's what that I've learned to lower it. But anyway, I was watching O'Donnell back and forth, and he was mentioning all the major medical breakthroughs that happened at Harvard because of their research and a whole bunch of stuff. I'm sure some of you have watched, but it was great. That's why I was going back and forth. But I remember I'm going to the dentist after this. But anyway, Harvard and those people who are getting together, they understand where we are and what we have, what we will lose if they allow Trump to win. So my friends, expect Trump to get a run for his money. And everyone who has decided to sell themselves off to, acquiesce and do his bidding, it's over for them. I'm talking about the major law firms. They're not going to be able to recruit good people, and the whole bet, well, I guess Republicans will go and patronize them. I doubt that, but you never know. But yeah, after this is over, and yes, it will be over, trust me, and yes, we will win. Trump can't win. This is so blatant, okay? Can you imagine? I might as well, let's see. Yeah, I was looking at the second topic on my title here. Bukilele, okay? Somebody reminded me, I forgot about it. I was trying to tell you guys where I got that Buki from. It's an idiot, stupid guy. It's something, people at night in Haiti, there was a custom at night, in the evenings, really, 7 o'clock, all the kids we used to gather, and the people who used to work for my dad or for us, my mom, okay, and even my mom too sometimes, they would tell us stories. But they were, I don't know where they got those things. So somebody was kind enough to post, it was a pair of people, Buki and Malice. So Malice was the smart one, Buki was a dummy. That's what I'm calling Buki, whatever his name is, Buki Lily. But anyway, what Trump is taking this country backwards. Who wants to be in the company of someone who is willing to open or to host or to create something that reminds the world of what happened in World War II, those camps that they had in Germany? Imagine that. That's what Trump is doing. He can't create those death camps in this country. So, because people can go film and, do all kinds of stuff. And it's against the law. So he's using Bukilele to do it for him. But Bukilele doesn't understand how dumb he is. Because how does he think Trump views him? Or the world is going to view his country to have concentration camp in his country? Because that's what this is going to be called, by the way. I'm calling it that first. Okay? So that's where Trump wants to take us. There's nothing good here. Intuitively, this is not going to bode well for the Trump regime. And yesterday, the way they performed, they all lied. Like I've always said, there is a core of the MAGA people or base that will always stick with Trump. But my prediction is that young gentleman will be brought back here and the rest. This will blow up in Trump's face. And also, the way they are going about lying. Did you guys see Stephen Miller? Something that's black and white, that's on paper, for someone to just have the gall, well, that's what Trump does. I guess if you have to work for Trump, it's understood you have to be a pathological liar too, the way he is. And the performance yesterday was terrible, even to Republicans, because they know they read what happened. What the Supreme Court said. But if you listen to Stephen Miller, the win was for Trump. My friend, this is going to blow up in their faces. I'm not going to repeat what I said yesterday, but I don't see any good. They didn't help themselves yesterday. And to whatever I feel, give it a little while longer, maybe a month or so, even Fox News is going to have a problem supporting Trump. That's how bad this is going to be. I mean, they're going to try to give him passes here and there. But intuitively, I feel even Fox News is going to have a problem with it. Because make no mistake about it, Trump is scaring everyone. And if you are not scared, something is wrong with you. Trust me on that one, because I'm saying this from what I remember when I was young in Haiti before I came to this place. Okay? What he's doing, what Trump is doing to immigrants, and then he thinks his next step, as we've heard, and we've talked about that before. I told you that be alarmed and be vigilant. What Trump is doing, it's only a test on immigrants. And right now he's saying, okay, Americans who commit crimes. He is a criminal. I said that before. How about we do it to him too? We send him over there. He's a convicted criminal. And that's what I don't understand, why a reporter doesn't ask him that. He's a convicted felon. Would he be happy? Since, only 34 felonies, if we sent him there for 2 months, not for a long time, and see how he likes it. I wish somebody would ask him that. But this is not going to go well. And I don't know how many of you were watching the head of those people nodding in the positive. Yes, the Supreme Court gave us a one. It was all for us. Yes, what Stephen Miller was saying was true. Everybody in that room, take names. Remember, those pictures, there are going to be videos. They will all have to, at some point, not when Trump leaves power, however that happens, I don't feel it's going to last. All these people will be going in front of Congress to testify. They will be investigated, grand jury investigations. They will be indicted. I'm not talking about the Salvadorian. Yeah, El Salvador, yeah, okay. And Bukilele, I know he's planning on a long dictatorship. Intuitively, yesterday, he can forget that dream. That's my prediction. He will suffer the consequences for going into the White House, the Oval Office, and lie and support what Trump is doing. This guy is so dumb, it's not funny. His nice perch in El Salvador will be cut short. And him coming to this country, good luck. After his stuff is over, he may try to come here. Whoever is next in El Salvador want to reach out to him because they will come after him. It's a matter of time. But him, he thinks he's going to be there forever. And he expects Trump to be president for life, too. That's why he's doing this. No. The only thing I can confuse is time. But those things never end well, my friends. This is not a good look for anyone who was in that Oval Office yesterday and took part in that news conference, whatever they call it. Not good. And Trump will be stopped. And I'm glad. I still have my concerns, okay? But I am glad Harvard is the prestige, and they have a history. And yes, they have dummies who graduated from there. But they have a lot of bright people too that can help guide this ship and remove Trump. and it will happen. That's my prediction. And, you know, Vance is no better, but Vance is a chameleon. And I feel it's like I told you about a week ago or so. I said if he were to to ascend to the presidency, I don't know how this works, but the Senate will be guiding that presidency because he's not looking very good. I don't know how many of you saw there was some kind of football team, college football team. I don't remember the name of the college that was there yesterday. And he dropped the trophy and broke it. But anyway, that was not a good look. He can't do anything right. But I'm concerned. I don't like him. I think he's a bozo. I think he's a Harvard graduate. But they have it I don't know many people. I can't recall right now if I know anyone who graduated from Harvard. Okay. But I am sure, intuitively I feel there are a lot more smart people than dummies. We are seeing a bunch of the Harvard dummies from this regime, from the Trump regime, because that's who Trump likes. So he surrounds himself with a bunch of idiots, and that's what's going to sink this regime too. They are all making the wrong move. If they were smart yesterday, they would have stayed out of this news conference. So my friends, hang in there. I feel Harvard joining the fight is a plus for us, and it's going to have an impact. That's my prediction. And by the way, as I am saying this, I told you a while back that Elon is collecting our data. Lord knows what he's doing with it. And I also told you Russia has been watching and have been able to access that those meetings that walls have been holding using, I don't remember the name of that application because I don't use it. I don't remember the name of it right now, but you guys remember, the scandal. Intuitively, I did predict what I felt Elon was doing. There is an article this morning, I don't remember the name of the newspaper, but I'm sure you guys, you don't have to be on a specific newspaper. This is a big deal, okay? A whistleblower who used to work at the National Labor Relations Board, okay, has gone to, I don't know exactly who because I didn't have a chance to read the article. I had to be here. And he said that the DOGE people have been stealing data. That's number one. And number two, computer security people have been noticing people with Russian addresses, Russian IP addresses, Internet Protocol addresses. Okay, that's the address. Every time someone logs into the internet, you have one of those to identify your machine. Well, okay, I'm going to leave it that way. I'm not going to make it a little more difficult. But anyway, and people, and though they recognize Russian IP addresses, Russians have been trying to access the National Labor Relations Board. How did they get there? What I told you a couple of weeks ago, and to whatever I've disproves what I've said to you. And this is not the only thing, my friends. In a few years, when this, whatever it is, mess we find ourselves in runs its course, we will find out how much damage, how much work it's going to take because of one incompetent criminal. And I'm not the only one who's calling him that way, by the way. I'm sure a lot of people behind his back, they're not like us, YouTubers. This is what we do. But people in Midas Touch, yesterday, one of them I was watching because they were talking, I don't remember what they were talking about, and I was interested in it. When I saw the title, I watched the video. And I saw part of what we are talking about, but they too are calling Trump dumb and stupid and all kinds of names. I'm not the only one. But also, oh yes, I know where I saw. It was at Midas Touch, that National Labor Relation thing. And I saw it also on that young gentleman. He's pretty smart. He's from, I believe he lives in Chicago, Markler. I saw he has a video out as well about the National Labor Relation thing. And he was explaining, I mean, there's an article, but I didn't even have a chance to watch all his video, but he was discussing it. But the reason why I'm mentioning those two guys, if you want to watch their videos, it's out there. But what I told you a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, they are having proof of those things right now, of what those DOGE guys are up to. And I predicted they were going to go to prison or have major legal issues. My friends, it's coming. And I'm going to repeat the Elon thing. I already told you how I see Elon's end. Before he meets that end, let me tell you, it's going to be long and tough before he reaches that stage where people are running away from him. They don't want to associate with him. People who are robbing his, who are trying to kiss his shoes now. Okay? That's how bad it's going to be for Elon when we find out what he's been up to behind the scenes. And it's not only him. Trump allowed him to do it. Don't believe the hype. Okay? Everything you see happening, Trump had a say in it. Trump's kids had a say in it. The only person I feel who may not be aware of everything is Ivanka. Okay? But Don Jr. and Eric, Don Jr.'s wife, okay, they are all in. Oppress them, hurt them, send Americans overseas. And if you watch every time Trump goes to Mar-a-Lago on Sunday evenings or on Sunday during the day after they have their meeting on how they're going to screw all of us, like this week, just since that was the latest thing, okay, I don't remember what this week was. Thank you very much, Anderson 444. Stanford University. Stanford University, my friend. That's the university that joined. I just saw it. Just looked at the screen. It says Stanford in uppercase. Yes, you put it in uppercase. That's what caught my eyes. Yes. But I feel there's going to be a lot of revelation, and the scandals have not even started yet, my friends. There is another scandal. I don't know exactly what it is from the Trump administration that's to come out. I was getting it last evening because I was watching what I was doing, two things at the same time. I had a problem with my computer because of a monitor. I just bought it because the other one, the on-off switch, broke. So I had to buy another monitor. And I told you, I showed you yesterday that dongle I had to buy to make things, and I figured it out. But all last night I was doing research. So while I was doing research, I was listening to Odano, and at the same time, I was trying to figure out, I was getting, there is going to be a major scandal, and it's going to have to do with Trump, Elon, people around him, and things they have in store for this country that's going to be very, very negative. And if you think you've seen the worst yet, no, I'm sorry, we have not seen the worst yet, okay, on stupid things Trump has in store. And his family are all in, among other people. They want him to oppress us, but it's not going to happen. And time is flying. I better stop talking. But my friends, they can plan all they want. This has a very short shelf life. We're going to win. It's a matter of time. I don't see, because we are used to good things. America doing good things, and we've reaped the benefits. In the past 2 months or 70, whatever, 80 days Trump has been there, we've lost. He has tarnished this country beyond belief. And that's another reason why all those major universities are getting together, joining the fight to stop him. And they will win. That's my prediction. Okay, sorry. All right. Gracie says, will F-45 move troops from Germany? He's been trying. It's not only Germany, from Eastern Europe as well. There is an area where they have soldiers. I doubt it, because a lot of Republicans are dead set against it, and absolutely Democrats, because we know. And he's been covering for Putin. He may be able to move some, but I think this is a lose situation for him. And let me tell you guys, I know there are some Americans who are all in for a dictatorship in this country, but thank God they're in the minority. We are in a dictatorship right now, but some of the stuff that Trump is doing, like I was saying earlier, is scaring too many people. Even Fox News people are questioning the direction. And they know they too will be subject to what Trump is doing. They know today Trump, he's pretending he's going to send, American criminals to Bukele's concentration camps. But he's not going to stop there. If you watch what he's done to immigrants or people with green cards, I don't know how many of you saw that yesterday. A Palestinian gentleman, let me say this, I don't like October 7th, it was disgusting to me. Okay, but this is America. As long as someone is protesting peacefully, and I've told you guys I did not like what they were doing, okay? But you don't want to be as bad as they are. And one of Palestinian protesters went to get his, was going for his citizenship interview yesterday. They arrested him. Okay, he's going to get his citizenship, okay? But those things are stupid to do. Yes, there are some Republicans. Hooray, abuse them. But they're too stupid. They don't understand. Papadoc killed the guy who helped him get into office. The initial guy, I forget his name right now. Okay, he was a very smart guy too, who helped Papadoc become president. He killed him. So those MAGA people that think they're important, I'm hoping, and to whatever I don't feel we're going to get there. Trump won't last that long. But trust me, these people and their families who did anything wrong, well, Trump doesn't mind if you watch the performance they did yesterday. He will accuse you of anything. That's what they did to that gentleman they falsely imprisoned over there, okay, on the false accusations. He will do that to anybody. But MAGA doesn't know that yet. That's why I give the most extreme example of Papador killing a friend of his. That was his friend who helped him get to the presidency. After a couple of years, he had him executed because he thought the guy was going to remove him. Or, a coup. Whether it was true or not, I don't remember right now if it was even true. It's probably a figment of his imagination because he was paranoid. Okay? So that's to give you the most extreme example of how people like Trump, and you can see it. You can see the signs in Trump right now, the way he goes after people for the most benign stuff. Somebody was doing his job, he decided, I don't like what you were doing. So MAGA, good luck to them. But thank God we're not going to get to that stage. But Fox News, don't be surprised if they start changing the tone. It's out of fear, just like the Supreme Court, just like Judge Shinnie, Xinis, said Trump would do the same thing to her. And it's true. Let's see, my friends. That's my prediction. Milo, I dreamt of a caravan of people with sacks, and we had to flee from an area into another area. I was leading them, and there was no one around, empty. Well, at least thank God nothing happened to you. So that's a good dream, yes, but you probably have to lead or help leading something, an activity against Trump or something. But this is not bad. This is a good dream. Okay, I think Musk passed with drug will eventually catch up with him. Oh, it's already is catching up with him, Derajin. Oh, I didn't know that. Becky BKMG says narcissists are paranoid. I didn't know that. But that makes sense. Thank you for posting it. I never thought about that. Elizabeth Martinez says, Milu, immigration is going into elementary school in Los Angeles wanting to speak to the children. I know I heard about that. It's sick. But thank God they have not let the agents in unless they have a warrant. So thank God. I don't know. The last I heard, they weren't allowed to, the school principals, the principals did not allow them in. Okay, let me see if there are any questions. That Martinez says, Nilu, if you don't see me and your child for the next 2 weeks, they came for me. I don't think they're going to come for you. But I understand how you feel, because even me too, so I'm not the only one. Let's put it this way. I understand how this works. Okay. And if you see what Trump is doing and their behavior, and with Elon, the racist, the bigot, Stephen Miller, among others among them, trust me, they don't see us as human beings. If Trump were to last long enough, he would get to us. Right now, he's busy trying to impress his MAGA base and get rid of immigrants, because that's what Orban did, and that's why a lot of people say more of that, Republicans that is, okay? because for some reason they suffered childhood traumas. They don't like themselves. They don't love themselves. They hate people because they hate themselves. Because there is no other reason why you would want to treat somebody, okay, the way they are treating these people. They are criminals. Send them back home. The others, give them a fair shot. We need people to work in this country. So let's see what happens, friends. Okay. Deborah, will be right. Milo, in regard to setting up camps, when did Trump ever respect the law? Never did, because he has always been able to get away with his shenanigans, but it's catching up with him. And Deborah said, I think he will send his goons to the museum that hold the original U.S. Constitution document and take it down. I wouldn't be surprised. That's not beneath, there is no bottom for Trump. I mean, if he sat in that White House with Buki Lily, nothing. Okay, if you are president of this country, there has to be at least a minimum. Trump has no baseline, nothing. There is nothing wrong with a small, poor country. But that's not why he had Buki Lele in the White House yesterday. He wants concentration camps. He wants to hurt people. That's what he wants to do. Michelle Hart said, Milu Sanger, is it Berkeley or Stanford? It was Stanford, Michelle. Thank you for posting. Well, I'm sure Berkeley is going to follow. There are a lot of universities right now. I mean, you'll be surprised. It's quiet. But intuitively, I feel, oh my God, those things like the bee's nest, okay, the activities that are taking place behind the scenes on how to go and against Trump. And he can't, the people around him, the bunch of dummies, I told you that, guys, a while back, they will cause his demise. Because the only thing I'm hoping, our military, because this guy, the drunk, oh Lord, anyway, but I better stop there. Thank you everyone for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If you would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilo.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time that's good to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe, and don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. I will see you all tomorrow, same time. Till then, bye. Please leave me comments. And if I miss, because I'm seeing a whole bunch of stuff and I'm talking, if I didn't finish something, explaining something, please let me know and I will explain tomorrow. Bye.